So yeah, 5 minutes pull-up challenge day 2. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about reps and how I think about them, have thought about them in the past, and how I'm thinking about them now and moving forward. So here, if I remember correctly, I started out today with a 15 set. Usually I'll start with 10 to do my pyramid of 10 down, which is 30, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and then add on another 2 at the beginning for the 50, so 10, 10, and then 10 down to get 50. I decided today to try starting with 15, which I occasionally do, so start with 15 and then do a 10 down, but then that only brings you to 45, so usually at the end I'll throw in a 5 on top to get to 50. But then obviously, depending on how good personally my stamina is in the moment, based on the numbers, obviously I could do a 20 and then a 10 down to get to 50. But of course, as you can imagine, doing 20 to start, especially in a 5-minute time setting, can be quite taxing on the stamina. So you really just have to decide if you can start with a big number and then go down. This is also assuming that you're following along doing something similar, like a daily challenge, trying to push yourself. So overall, obviously here I'm doing pull-ups, but the one thing to keep in mind with pretty much any task is that humans, as I've mentioned before, humans are optimization machines, and the best way to feed your machine is to give it as much data as possible, and this is data, so the first day I'll do 10 down. I'll start with 10 and then go from there, see how my stamina is feeling. Today I decided to start with 15. I've started with 20 in the past. This is only day 2, so not in this challenge specifically, but when doing pyramids I've started with 20. I've also was at the park a couple of days ago, and there was a guy there doing 5x5s. He said he recommended them, and that's also a interesting way to do it. You don't really fluctuate up and down on the reps. You sort of stay in a range that's very, I'll say, easy to do, 5 reps at a time, and doesn't take as much time to rebuild your stamina, so you can sort of just pace through it. And yeah, it's really just about any task you're working on. Obviously, this is a physical task. Things you introduce more nuance when you're talking about something a little more abstract, like, say, quote unquote, building a business, or we're working on something that isn't as black and white as just doing reps. But it's really just giving yourself as much data, as much repetition, so that you can really understand the fluctuations and just begin to build off of that. So for here, I'm working in the garage out in the back, and essentially it's really just a wooden beam at the top. So the grip is not the most ideal grip compared to, say, a normal pull-up bar, which I could get a proper lock on, even a bit of a false grip type of thing. It's more of a crimp, not really a crimp, because it's just flat, right? It engages more the forearms, and it hurts the fingers a tiny bit more. It's just not ideal as a normal pull-up bar, so I'm learning to understand what makes the most sense and how to build the rep schemes so that they work ideal for the situation, right? But this also is very helpful for climbing because it's a little more similar to a climbing style. You don't have as much of an advantage being able to just grab a solid metal bar, right? So this is very helpful. But yeah, here I'm at 46. I think I actually might have missed the 50. I got to like 49. Yeah, but then I'm gonna do a few more at the end. But this is sort of the best part about it, is that you learn day to day. It's only day 2, but as the days pass, I'll learn, I'll get better. You can learn and you can get better as the days pass to be more efficient and just gain more momentum as you're working towards your goal. So yeah, that's day 2. 5-minute pull-up challenge. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 3.